everyone, it's Kathy and we're back to part 3 of our folio. In yesterday's installment we got all of our papers put on. I put this beautiful little ribbon around it and I think I like it better tied to the side. We're going to open it up because we're going to go ahead and start our decorating. So what I want to start with is I want to put something on the front here, and what I have planned for the front is kind of something simple, but yet I think it's going to be very striking, and that is a simple Merry Christmas. And I got this from the Brightest Glow, and it's this Merry Christmas stamp. I actually cut this from a retired framelit die called the Celebration Labels. I don't know if you have this. If you don't, you can use any type of label die that you might have. But I did use this stamp set to use Merry Christmas to you and yours this Christmas. And I just stamped the Merry Christmas in the real red, and I did the to you and yours this Christmas in shaded spruce. Now, in order to, pardon the pun, spruce this up, I'm gonna I cut leaves from the poinsettia petals. Again, I did pull back from some old dies, and I hope that y'all don't mind me doing that, but the poinsettia petals was such a beautiful die set, and it's one that I haven't parted with because I do love it. And I did I pulled some of these pieces. I have cut a couple of the small poinsettias. I did some of these in vellum, and you'll see all that as I start to put this together. So what I'm going to do is I want to adhere this down, and I'm not going to put too much dimensional on the front because this is going to get a lot of wear and tear. I am going to put my leaves together like this, and maybe off the side up here, maybe something like that. And from the holly berry dies, and that is current. And I could have used the leaves from this, but they were a little bit larger than what I wanted. But I used these two dies, and I did one in the darker, which is the cherry cobbler, and I did the background in real red, and I just glued the detail over top of the solid one, and it gives us a beautiful little spray of holly berries. And I thought those would be so pretty right across here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down first, and I'm just going to use some liquid glue and just put that on the back of your label. And like I said, you can use whatever label you have. You can use whatever sentiments you have. So just please know that use what you have to make this yours. And I'm going to kind of center this right about there and give that a good press. And then I'm going to take my little leaves here, and I think I want them to go, I think they go like that. And I want them to sit something like that. And then the holly berries, maybe like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my leaves to the back of the holly berries first. Trying to figure out, I think they go better like that. So I'm going to glue these to the back of this. So I'm going to move that up, and I'm just going to put some glue right here, and I'm going to sit my berries into that glue. Then I'm going to grab my other one, and I'm going to put it right about here and glue that into that area. I turn them over because I want to make sure my leaves are kind of overlapping just a little bit, and then I want the whole thing to go down right about there, but not hanging off of the edge. So now I'm going to take and put glue all over the back of all of this. And then I'm going to set that right here on that corner, because I just think it looks beautiful like that. Now I wanted something to run down the corner of the side of this, and since this has snowflakes kind of in it, I cut these 3 snowflakes out of vellum, and for those I used the Frosted Flurries dies for these, and I used this one right here, and I have another one somewhere. For the time being, we are going to put one here and one here, and I'm going to come back with another one. I'll cut another one in just a minute. I'm going to look and make sure it's not sticking in here anywhere, and I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's in this pocket. I stuck some stuff back here too. Nope. All right, we won't waste any more time looking for that, but I want these snowflakes to run down the side here. I'm looking to see if maybe I dropped it, but I don't see it, so I'll just go to my die cut machine and cut another one in just a moment. But I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I thought it might be nice if we put a photo mat that would hide behind here. So when you open that up, you'd have a pretty little picture, and we can put something on both sides of that. Now for my photo mats, I'm not going to put them in permanently. I'm going to use a temporary adhesive for these, and I'm just going to put a piece of adhesive on this side. And the reason I'm going to do that is I don't want these to be where you can't remove them. In case somebody decides they don't want a picture there, they can actually move it. But I thought that would be pretty right there. We'll come back and we'll find something to embellish around that, but for right now that's what I want. And I'm going to take just one little dot of glue and put right in the center of my snowflake, and I'm going to glue that right here to the top like that. And I'm going to do the same thing here, just one dot of glue. Some people say they don't like to use glue on vellum because it shows. I don't have a problem because I think it looks white under it, and if it's a snowflake like this, I think it looks really pretty. So now when you close that over, and you can see how pretty that's going to be when we put another snowflake right there. And I'm still looking for that snowflake because I know I had 3 of them. Alright, let me go and cut another snowflake, and I'll be right back. Alright, as you can see, we're back, and I do have that snowflake in place. Now, as that glue started to dry, I did see that it's showing a little bit of the glue there. So, I am going to camouflage that by just using an iridescent rhinestone basic jewel right on top of that snowflake, and I think it'll give the snowflake a little bit of added beauty and a little sparkle, and it will take away from the fact that that glue is showing. So I'm using just one right in the middle, and I think that that's going to be beautiful. It's going to cover our little indiscretion of glue and add just a little bit more sparkle to our snowflakes. And see how pretty that is now? So pretty. Alright, so we took care of that little issue, and that's why I wanted to kind of do this as we went, because I wanted to show you how I go about the process of making a folio like this, and how I go about decorating it. And if you notice, if you take it in step, like step 1 was the actual basic layout of the journal itself, 2 was laying down all of our paper, and then we come back with 3 and we're going to decorate and put our photo mats in. So there's a photo mat there. We will come back and put something on there for some decorations in just a minute. The next thing I want to do is I want a tag to put inside this pocket, and you can do a couple. I had a piece of leftover real red cardstock, and I cut this label out. I'm trying to find the die that I used for it, and it was Labels Aglow, and it's this label right here. and all I did was just cut it out of some basic white. And what I'm going to do is I want to lay it on here. We're going to glue it down like that. This would be a great place. They could put a small photo. They could put they could journal on this. But we're going to make a tag out of this by using a couple of punches. So I'm going to come in with my my angle punch, and I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers angle punch, and I'm just going to angle the corners of this, and I'm using the large angle, and I'm just chomping off those ends just like that. And then I'm going to come in with my crocodile, and we are going to punch a hole at the top, and I'm going to go in right about, oops, I got something in that from the last time I used it. Let's see if we can use our take your pick tool and get that out of there. There it went. That way I can better see where I'm putting my hole. So I'm going to even that up about midway and punch. And then we're going to glue this on here like so, right about like that. And I'm going to put some liquid glue on the back of this. And if you want to put a little bit of spruce to it, you could put a little piece of greenery under it. You know, I don't think it really needs it. I don't know. Nah, I don't think so. We'll save that for something else. I think that's pretty just like it is. And I'm going to grab a piece of that ribbon that I tied the album with. Actually, you know what? I got a piece right here. And we are going to use it to push through here, and I'm going to use my take your pick tool and push that through, and I'm just going to make a loop. So I pushed it through like that, and I'm going to open up the loop on the other side and then just pull this through and pull it down, and then I'm just going to open that ribbon up just a hair like that. And if you want to knot that to make sure it doesn't come loose, you can do that. But then that gives us a tag to push in right here. A little bit of that hanging out will be pretty. So now we come to this page. Now this page I want to kind of be a focal point for a picture, but I also want to decorate around the picture. So from the, like I said, I pulled a lot of different dies out for this because I really wanted to embellish this. This is the gingerbread house dies, and I used this little border, and this was so pretty when it was cut. Let me show you what that cuts out. It cuts out this beautiful little strip, and look how cute this is going to be. So what I'm going to do is I want to glue this on this side and just let this stick underneath it like that. So I'm going to glue this down first, and in order to do that I am going to take glue very carefully, and I'm just going to run glue on these outer edges. See if I can get that glue flowing. You know what would be a better idea? I've got a little piece of copy paper right here, and I think we can make this work. I'm just going to put a smear of glue right there, and I'm going to use this dabber, and I'm just going to dab glue all the way down just on that side, and then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to adhere that down just like that. Very good. That worked beautifully, and I can just throw that piece of paper away. It was just a piece of copy paper. So now that we have that down, we can slide this right up under the edge. It doesn't glue, it just slides there. And we're going to put a poinsettia I cut the two smaller leaves of the poinsettia dies, and I'm going to offset them like this, but I'm going to use a glue dot, or I'm sorry, a Stampin' Dimensional to go between them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I know many of you have this set of dies. Everybody fell in love with these last year. Before I go any further, I'm going to take my bone folder because I want to curl my leaves downward. Should have left that sticky or that backer on there. Just curl your leaves downward like that. And I'm going to do it on this one too. Just like that. Take the backer off, and then we're going to offset this by putting the leaves alternating right in the middle, just like that. And then I cut out this little yellow piece, and I cut this out of So Saffron, and we're going to put that right there in the middle. And again, I think I'm just going to use this little dauber of glue to put down a little glue and stick that on. I think that'll hold perfect. And we're going to put that down right there. And we're not going to glue it to this. We're going to glue it off to the side like that. So we'll glue down this side of our poinsettia so that the picture frame can just kind of sit in there like that. And that'd be a great place to put a picture, don't you think? I think that's going to be gorgeous. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some small stamping dimensionals, the little minis, right back here, like here and here. Those little backers off my fingers, and then those are going to stick to my green part and not to my photo. So now we can pull that photo in and out, and whoever gets this album can actually put the picture in where they want it and have that pretty poinsettia there covering it. And we can make another tag for over here. So I'm going to go and grab some more supplies and decide how I want to continue decorating this throughout. And when we finish, we're going to have a beautiful album that we can tie together with ribbon, and it's going to have all our places for pictures, tags, what have you. And this is going to be a wonderful gift for anyone. And I've heard so many of you. I temporarily put candy canes here because I really want to use these as a closure for this, but I haven't figured out exactly how we can do this without tearing. So I'm still working on that, y'all. So I'll be right back. We'll continue with tags and places for pictures and embellishments and what have you. I'll be right back. Alright, to dress up this photo mat, I decided to use this punch, and this is called the Very Best Trio Punch, and this is new, and it has a little photo thing here. You also have a triangle, so we could actually do a tag using this. Let me sit it down, and it takes off a nice little angle, but it also does this if we use this corner of it. And look how cute this is. We could also make tags using this corner, but I want to show you what's going to happen with our little pieces that we're cutting off of here. So we're actually going to use the leftovers from this to make little corners to go on here. And I did this in cherry cobbler, so they're going to go around here just like that, so it looks like the old-timey photo corners, which I think are so adorable. So I'm just going to go around and I'm going to glue these down, and then we're going to move on to making a tag for this pocket, and then we'll move to our next page. We'll be right back. I thought that would be really cute for me to come in and show you how I did that, and all of the supplies will be listed in the PDF tutorial with the order numbers in case you're interested in picking up any of the products that you see me use today. I'll be right back. Alright, I wanted to bring y'all back in because I am doing this as I go, and I want to make sure that I take y'all along with me with each step. So far we have gotten to here. I'm making a tag to go in here, but I wanted it to be something different and bigger than this one. So what I'm doing on this side is I have a piece of red cardstock that measures 2 1/4 by 6, and this was a scrap. So 2 1/4 by 6, and I cut a piece of white cardstock that measures 2 by 5 1/2. So I just went a 1/4 inch less than that, and then I used my scallop, We Are Memory Keepers, my little scalloped edger, and I scalloped the edge of this, and I want to bring it down to the bottom, because what I want to do is I want to cut these edges off to make this look like a tag. So we are going to come back again with that tag punch that I showed you a while ago. We can take off those corners. I hope it's not going to take too much. We'll see. And then this side. Oh, that'll look nice. I think that'll work really good. Oh yeah. Now that gives us a place up here in the top to punch our hole. And you know what? We could actually do this little piece right here. Let's see if we can get that. No, that's not going to fit in there. That's okay. I'm going to use my crocodile because it's right here. It's easy for me to pull this out and punch my hole. So I'm going to use that same size hole, and I'm going to go, let me make sure that I'm not going down too far. So I'm going to lay this on it where I want this to hit. Move it over just a hair. And see, I don't want it to go quite that far, so I'm going to move that up. And I'm going to eyeball center right there. Now we can go ahead and stamp this, and that same stamp set that I have, and this is not, my disclaimer, this is not a Stampin' Up! Stamp set. This one that has my photo, that has place photo here, this was a stamp set that I have in my stash, so you could pull out whatever you might have that will work. But I have one of the stamps in there says favorite memories, so I'm going to stamp that in red right there. But I want to glue this down for, no I'm not, I'm going to stamp first. I'm going to go ahead and stamp first. Always stamp first in case you mess up. You'll only mess up one piece of paper instead of two. So I'm going to grab a stamp block and load that up and get it nice and straight. And grab my real red. And ink it up. Favorite memories. A great place for journaling. Your favorite memories would be right here. So pretty. And then we're going to glue this down onto this. And again, here you could use whatever adhesive you like. I'm going to come down almost to the bottom and make sure I got about the same amount on both sides, and then just press that down. Now I have another piece of that ribbon, and I'm going to use that. This time I'm going to string it a little bit different. I'm going to bring it through, and I'm just going to tie a simple knot. I am going to tie it twice. Just like that. And then this is going to slide into the side. And again, we'll have that cute little ribbon tails hanging out, which I think always adds to our albums. At least I think they do. Especially when you're using coordinating of what you are tying your album up in. Okay, so now we need to go on to our next page, which will be here. So for this side, I haven't decided exactly what I want to do. I'm pretty sure I want to put a photo mat down. And I think I'm going to do some trees. So let me go back and cut out some trees and see what we can come up with on this piece. I'll be right back. Alright everyone, I'm back, and I used the reindeer dies, and yes, I am pulling out a lot of different dies because I'm making my own embellishments. Rather than having stickers, I am actually using a large variety of dies to make my own ephemera. So I cut out 3 of these little trees. I did 2 in Mossy Meadow, and I left the top of those loose, and I glued this one straight down, and this is Old Olive. And what I thought would be really cute with this, I also, on my mistletoe dies, I cut out this big swag of mistletoe, and it has the little dots, or the little mistletoe berries, that you can cut out as well. So I did, and they look like this. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, it is stunning. So I'm going to put that right up here at the very top, and I just put glue right there on that very top edge, and I want that to set because we're going to slide our photo right here like that. And how cute is that going to be? So that's that side done. So now we need to do this side. I'm going to take this photo mat out until this dries, and then I can put that in there without worry of this gluing to it, because I don't want that to glue to this. But we finished this side, so now we need to open. And yeah, this is kind of floppy, and maybe after I get the photo mat where I want it, I may see if I can tack this down maybe a little bit here, and maybe that right there. I want it to be where it's kind of hanging over top of the photo. I thought that could be a lot of fun, and we could doll this photo mat up as well. I think that glue has set up, and it's still a little tacky right there, so we're going to wait. Alright, well, that brings us over to this side. So now I have to decide, what are we going to put here? So, you know, you get to the point where you start to run out of what am I going to do next. I thought maybe a candy cane here would be really cute, since we're on this red and white stripe, and we've got candy canes here as well. I'm going to do another layout here and here and here. I think we'll do those 3 next before we move on any further. But I think those will be 3 nice big areas for us to decorate, going forth. So I know that we're going to put a photo mat here. We're going to do another one here, possibly even maybe 2 here. I don't see any reason why we couldn't overlap our photos, or maybe go like this. Oh, that would be cute, to have them going sideways like that. That would be a good idea, and it would leave this page pretty much done. We could put some embellishments around our photo mats to kind of, you know, pizzazz it up a little bit. This one definitely needs something because it looks like it's lost on the white on white. So we will put something around that as well. So let me decide how we're going to do the rest of this. I think this is dry now, and we can go ahead and tuck this under. So that's going to live right about there. I think I'm going to use some of that temporary adhesive just to make sure that this stays down where I want it to. And I'm going to slide it up under there and over here, and I want to bring it right to the edge of that, just like that. Isn't that pretty? So, and these, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put these down with some of the temporary adhesive. The temporary adhesive makes it nice because whoever gets this can rearrange these the way they see fit, whereas if you glue everything down, they don't have that opportunity to move it around and, you know, arrange it the way they want it. So that looks nice. So like I said, what I want to do is I want to come in here and decide how I want to frame up, and I'm thinking something with red would frame that really well. So let's that did not hold for me very well. So maybe we'll do, there we go. It's holding now. Let me go, and actually it's over too far. Haha. I don't want it there. I need it over to here because I don't want that to show when you close the book. Yeah, like that. All right, let me go see what how we're gonna frame that one photo mat on the candy cane side, and I'll be right back. We're gonna build a frame or something around this. I'll be right back. All right, I did find the die that I want to use, and I pulled out yet another set of dies, y'all. Y'all are going to kill me because I am using so many different dies. The Fabulous Frames has this die right here, and it is a beautiful decorative die, and it embosses as well as cuts. It cuts the middle out, so this is going to give us a beautiful frame to frame around that photo mat. So I'm going to go ahead and run that through my die cut machine, and I'm just going to take y'all along for the ride. So I'm going to turn my cut plate over because it's starting to warp a little in the middle. I'm going to put that in at an angle because anytime you're cutting a square, if you will angle it in, it is so much easier on your machine and on you getting it to go through, because you don't get the loud pop that you do when it goes through straight in. You see how smooth that was? If I had gone straight in, it would have given me a huge pop that would have been really hard to deal with. Plus it would have been hard on the machine and my dies. So what I like to do, and also cuts out this other little piece, we can use that for a tag. So kill two birds with one stone with that one cut. So that's always a good thing. So I'm going to lay my scraps up here. Let's bring this back over. And our photo mat, now it's not going to fit perfect, but it's going to give you a nice little frame all the way around that. So then your piece doesn't look like it's gotten lost on the candy canes. And I love that. Absolutely love the way that looks. And I think on here I'm just going to decorate maybe even just a white candy cane. I haven't decided yet. But what I want to do before I go any further, I just want to glue this to this mat. So, and I think anybody would be able to find a picture that would fit in that. You can always cut your pictures down, and I think that's something we always kind of lose track of, that we can cut our pictures down. So I'm going to lay this down flat. Probably need to get another piece of scrap paper to go under it so I don't make a mess. Still haven't found my silicone craft sheets, and I know they are here. I have two of them. You wouldn't think I would lose them both, would you? But, you know, leave it to me. They're here in some of my stuff. I am going to put glue, all around. And then I'm going to come down and try to get a nice even line of glue along that border edge. And then here I'm just going to swirl. And then come back up this side with a nice little amount of glue. Now pull that off. Bring this over, and I'm going to try to set this down as nice and even as I possibly can. Oh, that looks so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? That dressed that up so much just with one little die cut, and now we have a beautiful focal point on this piece right here for a photo mat. So now we need to decide what we want to put under and over it to kind of hold our picture in. I really like doing that because I think it makes for a fun folio, and I'm all about fun folios. I have absolutely fallen in love with doing these folios, and they can become a little addictive. Now if you wanted to, you could pull it down or up, and you would give you more room here for more decorations. We could always put another poinsettia in here, which would be gorgeous. I mean, we have the one, let me take this out for just a moment. We have this one. I don't know if I want one on the very next page, so maybe not. I know what we could do. We need something green. I think something green right here would be beautiful. And how about I'm trying my best. If you pull out a lot of different dies, try to put them back in where they came from as soon as you use them, because you take the risk of not getting them back where you need them. This is a really cute die with the leaves on it. I'm going to cut this out in green, and then I'm going to cut this in green and just see how it looks, and we might put something in the middle. But let's grab a piece of green, and I'm trying to decide what color green. I think I'm going to go back with that shaded spruce. I really love shaded spruce. To me, it's just a really pretty Christmas green. So I'm digging in my scraps, y'all. And I encourage you to always go to your scrap bin before you cut a full piece of cardstock. Because why not use up scraps if you have them? I mean, that's why we save our scraps, so we have them to use. So I'm going to bring up my die cut machine again. Move that over there. And let's get our plates out. And I'm going to lay this on here just like that. Put my cover plate over. And let's crank it through. I tell everybody, if you have not experienced this particular die cut machine, you are definitely doing yourself a disservice. It is the best die cut machine you will ever use. Oh my word. Look at that. Is that not glory? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Isn't that gorgeous? I had no idea that that was that pretty. And again, like I said, you don't, a lot of times with your dies, you don't know what they do until you actually use them. And this is from the the Holly Berry dies. So if you haven't pulled those dies out and played with them, oh, I encourage you to do so. Let's see how this is going to look in here, because we can pull this down here and put this up here, or maybe even like that. Oh, that is so pretty. I am beside myself with how pretty this is. I think I like it down. I like the leaves kind of coming down. I think that's gorgeous. And you know the little berries that we did right here? How pretty would those be right there on the side of that? I may have to go in and cut another set of those. And let's see, I have some little pieces. I've got some bits and pieces, so I can definitely do that. So I'll save all of my little bits and pieces, because you never know when you can go back in and use them again. Or we could do that, but we could also, let's see if this die will fit inside of there. Yeah, we could cut that out in white and put a sentiment in there, and it would be gorgeous. So let me go grab some more supplies, and I'll be right back, and we're going to make this work. Well, I just realized something else that was in these dies. This piece right here is a solid piece, and if you turn it over and lay it down, it is actually the piece that you can cut in a different color to put under those leaves. So guess what we're going to do? We are going to die cut that, and we're going to do it in, oh, what would be a good color that would go with the shaded spruce? Oh my word. you know the best way to find out is take some different shades of green. So I'm going to take an old olive and a mossy meadow, and I'm going to hold it up underneath here. That's what it would look like with mossy meadow. That's what it would look like with old olive. And what about evening evergreen? That's what it would look like with evening evergreen. I think I like the old olive. I think the old olive is going to be beautiful on that. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to use the old olive. So let me see if I got a smaller piece. And I do. This will fit perfect. In fact, I think I can get that just like that. Okay, so we're going to cut that to go up underneath there. That's also going to give that some stability, which would be great. So again, here comes our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Our die plates, our die and our cardstock, and our cover plate. And I think while I have this out, I'm going to cut the, yeah, we'll go ahead and cut the little berries as well. I think those would be really pretty on that. All right, so here's that piece that's going to go behind. Oh, you know, this is so much fun. It's not work, it's play. And you know, I never feel like I'm working when I'm in my craft room and I'm doing stuff like this, because I'm having fun. I'm like a kid in a toy shop. So, and when I discover what my dies will do, it's just invigorating. I don't know how else to describe it except invigorating. So let's see. I laid those other two pieces over here. So I am going to set this on here like this and like this. And let's see if we can cut these out of here, and that will work. And the outline, I don't know if I'm going to get the outline out of that piece. We'll grab another piece. We got this piece that we cut the frame on. I'm just going to tear the frame part off and lay this down and cut this over on this side. I get it as close to the edges as I can, because you never know when you're going to need the rest of that for something else. So let's go ahead and cut this. And then I'm going to go off while I put this together, and I'll put everything together and I'll come back and show you how we're going to put it down. Alright, we're back, and what we're going to do is decorate this page with the candy canes on it. And I showed you that I went ahead and framed the place photo here, and we are going to position this right about here, and I put some temporary adhesive on the back. And now we cut this piece, and I went ahead and backed it with that old olive, and I thought this turned out so pretty. I also stamped using the Brightest Glow stamp set, 'Tis the Season, and we are going to put that down right about there. And the reason I want to do that before I do this, I had stuck these down and I had to pull them back up, as you can see. So you're going to want, if you use this particular piece, you're going to want to put this down first, and I'll show you why. Let's go ahead and put some glue on the back of this. And let's lay this down like this. And because I pull these up, I'm going to put a little glue on the back of these just to make sure they adhere. And then we are going to place them right about there, just like that. Now all we need to do is pull the whole thing over and put glue on all of it, including this little thin line, but I'm going to put glue on the larger part first. And then I'm going to run a tiny bead of glue along this little edge, if I can manage to get it. Let's lay it down here and see if we have better luck. That worked a little better. And come up here and across there. I'm definitely going to have to wipe my mat off because I can see I've gotten glue on it. That's okay. Now we're going to turn this around, and let's bring this back over. And we are going to tuck this down right about here. We'll go to the top and get everything pressed down. And that is beautiful. Doesn't that turn out pretty? Love that. And like I said, I've got a little bit of excess glue here, so I'm just going to kind of roll that off of my mat. So now we can go ahead and let's see where we're at now. We have this and this, this, and this. So we're coming along. We just about got it completed. We need to do this side. Do I want to repeat this? I don't think I want a complete duplicate of that, but we're going to do something similar. But we're going to put our mat up to the top this time, and our photo mat, and I think what we're going to do is I'm going to move these. I have these stuck on here with temporary adhesive until I can decide exactly how I want to do this. I may end up having to do them like this and just not use that as a closure. And I think that'd be just as cute. But we'll see. At least they're done and ready to go on. We also have, and I've got temporary adhesive on here. I can feel it. But the good thing about the temporary adhesive, it rolls right off. So you don't have to use an eraser or anything to get it. It just kind of peels right off with it. All right, let's work on this side. And I definitely want something. I was actually thinking about a beautiful snowflake right here. And maybe I can do something with a real pretty circle of white with some frosted white on top of it. And I think I'll put it down to the bottom and do the photo mat to the top. And I think that'll be real pretty, and it'll be something a little different. So let me go and grab all my pieces and we will get right back to that. Alright everybody, I have decided that I wanted to use a red scallop circle, so I used my layering circle dies and used the largest die to cut this piece out. And what I am going to do is, let's see, I'm trying to get my computer back up and running. It shut down on me just a moment ago. Anyway, what I am doing is I cut this out of the real red, just the scallop circle, and Stampin' Up! Carries this red, white, real red and white glimmer paper. Beautiful. This is the red, and here's a sheet of the white. And I have taken the snowflake die from Twinkling Lights. It's a beautiful, beautiful die, and it's a beautiful snowflake. And I want to layer that inside that circle. I'm not sure if it's going to work. We're going to find out together. So I am going to lay this down. I think I'm going to do this, well, let's run it through this way first. We're going to run it through like this first. Sometimes the glimmer paper doesn't cut as easy as cardstock, so we may have to run it through a couple of times, but we're going to give this a try. I want to make sure that's on there nice and straight. There we go. And then sometimes what I like to do is take my two plates out, flip them over, and then run it through that way, because then the cut side is up closest to the bar, the roller, and that will help you get a really good cut too. So hopefully that worked. I thought this snowflake would be so pretty with the red and that frosted background. I thought it would just be absolutely stunning. So let's see what this is going to look like. That is pretty. I think I got all the pieces out of it. Let's lay it on the red circle and see what we got. That's pretty. That is very, very striking, and I think it'll be very pretty inside of our little album. So I'm going to lay this back with the die the set of dies it goes with. Try to get rid of some of these little, and that paper has a lot of static because, like I said, it has that plastic coating on it. So my little vacuum is going to get a workout after this is all over, because I've got little bits and pieces everywhere. That's okay. Like I said, we're having fun, and that is what matters. And we're putting together this beautiful little folio. So I've just been real pleased with the way this is coming together. I hope y'all are enjoying it. So we're going to glue this down. I might just use some Stampin' Seal. And let's open this up. And this is the side that I wanted this to go on. And I thought if we bring this one down here, we could do a photo mat. Maybe we could do it like this and have it tuck under. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the back of this, or do I want to use, I said I was going to use the Stampin' Seal. Maybe that might be a better option. Just trying to make sure I'm getting all of my little bits and pieces out so we can see all the pretties through the glimmer paper. I think that's it. I'm going to use a little Stampin' Seal on the back of this. I think it'll, oop, I tore the edge off of it with the Stampin' Seal. I wonder if we can glue that back on with the Stampin' Seal. I think we can. So let's go ahead and put that right about, put that one down. Put that right about there. And then I'm going to run a little Stampin' Seal right here. And we're going to set that back in there. Just like that. Look at that. Nobody will ever know except us. A little Stampin' Seal underneath each one of these so they don't fly up. Okay, that looks good. And then we'll only glue half of this so we can stick that photo mat either way. So I'm only going to glue until about here. So I'm just going to glue the bottom of this. Just like that. And then that gives us that little pocket to hold our photo mat. And we can also come back in and put some little corners on there if you like. They're real easy to do. And actually, you know, one of our dies has some little corners in it that might be pretty on that one. And that is the Fabulous Frame dies. These are Decorative Corners. And I think that one right there would be so cute to use. Let's try it and see what it looks like. And you can cut all 4 of these with one cut, which I love that. So I'm going to bring the die cut machine back over, and we're going to cut those out of this red. You know what, got a smaller piece right here. Let's just cut it off of this. And this could be the perfect time to use your small one, but my small one is up high and this one is right here, so I'm using my regular Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because I just love this one so much. Alright, oh, look at that. They all came out beautifully. Beautiful for framing. Love, love, love that. Now, there's my dies. I'm going to lay them back over here. And now let's take this photo mat and look at that. Oh, they're beautiful. I'm so glad that I thought to pull those in because I thought they would be really pretty and ended up being even prettier than I thought they would be. So, let's go ahead and get these glued down. Just make sure when you're gluing these down that you are using the right side. The embossed side, you want that to be up so you can see the pretty part of the little corners. Those are so pretty. So I'm hoping that I'm introducing you to some of the aspects of the Stampin' Up! Dies, because they are absolutely gorgeous. So many of them work together with other dies, and they always coordinate so well with one another. So it's if you have not invested in some of our Stampin' Up! Dies, I would encourage you to try a set of them. I think you'll be very impressed with the quality, the way they cut, the versatility, and of course, I just can't say enough of good things about the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Y'all know how much I love it. So then that can fit right in there just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? And that page is done. So now we just have this one, and then we have in here to do, and we'll have this little album absolutely done. And I'm so thrilled. I'm not too sure. I don't want to come in with some green and do the corners of these, because I think that will really add to those as well. Trying to decide how I want to do that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, and I stuck these little sprigs in here, and I think I'm going to glue these in because I think they look really pretty. They really add to that poinsettia, and they do stick up just a tiny bit, but that's okay. That gives it even more more of a reason to want them in there. Now that one had bent just a little bit. That's okay. Vellum is very strong, so you don't have to worry too much about vellum breaking. So I'm just going to put a little glue on that stem, and then I'm going to stick it under here and press down, and then I'm going to do the same thing to this piece. Little glue, and stick it down right about there. And just give it a little press so that it adheres. And so there's that one and this. And I said I wanted to do a candy cane on these flaps that came out. So maybe if I'm not going to use candy canes here, we could use, I don't know, I don't really like the red ones against that. I really like these here. And I really think I'm going to put them like this. I think that'll make a nice little entrance to the door. I still need something that would close the door, so I don't know. It might be cute like that. Let's go ahead and glue these down. I'm just going to go ahead and permanently glue them. I played with this idea for a while, and I really wasn't sure exactly how this was going to come about for me and if I was going to like it. And I did try to do these as a closure, but I thought it would be more problematic than it would be worthwhile. So that's why I kind of went against it and decided just to put glue on them and glue them down this way. So I'm going to make sure that I'm evening those up so they're kind of at the same point, like that. Give it a good press. And I did layer these. I cut these out of cardstock where I stamped, then I cut them out of plain thick white basic white cardstock twice. So this is 3 layers of candy canes, and I did that for a reason. I wanted them to be nice and sturdy, especially when I thought I was going to try to use them as a closure. Okay, so here and here, and then we have, we'll be done. We got this little area right here. I don't think I'm going to do anything on this. I think I'm going to put a photo mat here, and I think I'll just do a photo mat here. And I'm thinking I might do the little edges around that. I may not. I might just put that, glue that right down. We could do photo mats here. They don't really fit that well on these side pieces, so we'll go back and maybe we'll put some snowflakes or something. You know what would be really cute is this Christmas tree. I think I'm going to do a Christmas tree. The Christmas tree will fit, and I think it'll look really pretty on both of these. So let me go off and I'll cut the Christmas tree, and we'll come back, and I'm going to go ahead and put some temporary adhesive on this piece and stick this in here like that. We can also make a couple tags to go in here. I think I'm going to leave this open. We've got a place here where we can stick some tags, and I'll do that, cut the Christmas trees. When we come back, we are going to finish this up, and this will be a done deal album, and we can call this video done. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got my trees cut, and I cut them out of this paper that has trees on it that look absolutely stunning, but they didn't line up, so I didn't really worry about that. So I took gold foil and I cut a star using this die that's in the twinkling lights, and that's the one with the tree and the snowflake. And I'm going to take a glue dot and adhere my star to the top of my tree. So I'm just going to use my trusty little take your pick tool, and I'm going to put this down right there where my star should go, and then I'm going to pick my star up like that and just set it right into that glue dot, give it a good press, and we're going to do the same thing over here for the other one. So this one has a little bit more of a star to it than that one did, but it doesn't matter because they're both going to look the same by putting the star on them. And there we go. So there's our two trees. So all we have to do now is glue our trees in place. Let's open up. And our trees are going to go here and here. And so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous like that? I love that. I might cut some presents out and put around the bottom of the tree. That would be really cute. Like I said, you can put as much work or as little work into a folio like this, and it's totally up to you, your preference and your liking. Now if you use a pack of paper that has stickers, or you have a pack of ephemera that goes with your paper, this will come together even quicker. Unlike what I did, I made every piece, I die cut and stamped just about everything that's in this one. So that makes it a little more time consuming. I was going to say hard, but I don't think it was hard. It was just maybe a little more time consuming. But you know what? That's the love that we put into something like this that we hand make. It is a piece of art. When we finish, it should be, oops, thank goodness that didn't drop with the glue down. It should be something that we can be proud of, that we can you know, be proud to give to someone. So I enjoy the process as much as I do anything else. So I'm just going to sit that down in there. A little bit of the glue is oozing out the holes because we've got little holes in that Christmas tree. But that's okay. Now that is done and that is done. We need to do something on this side. And I think I'm going to do pretty similar to what I did on the other side. We're going to do a photo mat right here. And we are going to do some type of decorations on the top. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do yet. But I am going to use the temporary adhesive and go ahead and adhere it down. Let's see, we're going to do it on that side. So So there and there. And I think this one I'm going to bring down to the bottom a little bit more, about like that. Yep. Oh, I just love the way this has come together. It's just so pretty. I wasn't thinking that it was going to look this good when I first started, but as I've added each piece to it, it has just really grown into a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous album. Folio, I'm sorry. It is a picture folio, so a photo folio. And then when we tie our little bow around it, and you could do this, you didn't have to put a piece of ribbon around it. I like the way that kind of falls in between the Merry Christmas and To You and Yours this Christmas, because I think it really does kind of line it. And I didn't mean for that to happen, it just did. But I love the simplicity on the front of it, and I love that when you open it, you've got little pockets that you can stick goodies in. If you were giving this to someone, you could stick maybe some more photo mats. That would be a great thing to do. Put a few extra photo mats in here and here. That way they would have extra if they needed them. You can still go back and redecorate that if you like. I still want to do something extra on here, and I'm thinking, I like those trees so much, but I don't know. I don't want to do red. I really want something green. So let me look what I've got and see what we can come up with. I'm thinking maybe a little wreath would be cute there. So let me look and see if I can find a cute little die for a wreath, and we'll put that on there, and then we'll be done. Be right back. All right, we are on the home stretch. The piece of paper that I cut the Christmas trees out of that look like this, the other side of it looks like this. It's almost like a bouquet effect on it. And let's see, what do I do with it? I was going to show you the piece, but here it is. It looks like that. It's like that bouquet. Some people call it bokeh, but it is pronounced bouquet. It's like the little photo dots, and there's the other side with the trees. I used that, and I cut this wreath, and please don't kill me, but another set of dies, Santa's train dies, and I got the wreath and the bow from that, and I'm going to glue that together and put it right here, and I'm going to let that bow kind of hang over onto our photo mat. I think that'd be really cute. So I'm going to glue the bow right down here, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue right there and put that there. Then I'm going to turn everything over. Oh, it's pretty on that side too. Ooh. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it where I had it. I turned it over to put glue on it, and I said, oh, that's so pretty. Look how sparkly it is. That's okay. We're going to go with what we got. I'm going to run glue all around this little die cut out of a wreath and turn it over. And I'm going to sit it right about like that, where the ribbon is hanging over onto there. And I do want to get a gem. And I'm going to use these red rhinestones, and I'm going to put one of those right in the middle of that wreath. And you could also put a few of those around on the wreath itself, just to give it a little extra something. Really accentuate that wreath with just a few of these little jewels. One more, and I think we can call this done. Now, if you wanted to, you can go back and you could cut more of the little edgings to go on your photo mats. But I'm going to call this done. I think it's absolutely spectacular. We can put some more photo mats in here. Oh, there was one that I didn't use. Where did that one come from? Oh, it goes here on the front. I need to put a little bit more adhesive on that one. I think it's gotten a little bit of wear and tear from the opening and closing of the book. I think that's good right there. Let's see. That closes there. This is going to close over this. That's going to close like that. Then this is going to close like that, and this like that. And that is our album. I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to do one more flip through. I'm going to try to move everything to the side so that nothing is distracting from just looking at our album. Okay, and I might even zoom in just a little bit like that. And here we go. We open it. We have a place here for tags and photo mats that you can just stick in. A place here for a picture. Open it this way. We have tags and more photo mats. A place here for a picture. That beautiful little area here that is gorgeous. A beautiful poinsettia with some vellum little sprigs on it. Open it up. We've got mistletoe and Christmas trees. A tree. Beautiful little framelit here that says "'Tis the Season." A photo mat. Two photo mats here in the middle. Another photo mat here with a wreath. The Christmas tree here. As you can see, this is when it's open completely. It is rather wide. Then we can open this up and we have this beautiful pocket and a place for a photo mat here. And then we close that, and again here, 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 close and close. Thank you so much for sticking with me for 3 days of building this cute little folio. I hope it's something that you will find very useful in your crafting, and that you've learned something, that folios can be fun and easy. So thanks again for tuning in. May God bless you richly in all your endeavors that you do. And remember, as I always say, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. Until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Bye-bye.